guys, this is Zara. This is from my own channel, as you obviously are seeing. And I want to do more videos on my own channel. So, you know, if you have a topic you want me to talk about, let me know. I'll find out about the topic, I'll discuss it if it's something I haven't heard about. If it's something I have, I don't know, I might already be doing a topic on it. My issue has been, first of all, time, but as well the fact that I don't really know what to talk about anymore. I mean, on my channel I've done about 70 videos so far, and I think I've discussed all the main topics about transition. I've done, like, I obviously keep doing my my hormone updates, and now I'm just gonna discuss trans-related topics that come up in the media, because, you know, they do come up quite a bit. So I'm just gonna do that, I guess. But if you have a topic that I haven't discussed, or maybe it's a topic that I discussed really early in my transition and I might have a different opinion on it now, I might as well do that as well. You know, let me know, because I know a lot of people like my videos, and I don't do a lot of them anymore. I want to. I do. So, you know, let me know. Give me a topic. Yeah. Okay, so, on that note, there's one thing that I read today that was, that I thought was pretty cool. I don't know if I did a video about this, or if I just, I actually don't know if I did a video about this. I think I did. But in Sweden, and actually I read that this also applies in a lot of other European countries, transgender people had to be sterilized before they could have the surgery, legally change their gender, etc. The one I was reading about was Sweden, but that also applies in a lot of other European countries where it still applies. But this video is about Sweden, and I read that it was just before Christmas, this past Christmas, that law was actually vermoosed. So that doesn't apply anymore. Yeah, I think I did do a topic about this, because this is something, while it's not good for any trans person, of course, it really is only an issue for trans men, because you should know that, well, for us, for trans girls, we're all sterile anyway. Once we take our hormones, it doesn't make a difference. I have been sterile since, I don't know, like 2 months into my hormones. Personally, I never gave a fuck. I do want kids, but I don't give a crap if they come out of my own vagina or if I adopt them. So I'm probably gonna adopt. I'll obviously have to talk to the father of my children about that, but if he wants to have his own child, then we'll get a surrogate. I don't really care. I'll just have a kid to raise. I don't know, however we get the kid. But yeah. So, it really doesn't matter for a trans woman, but if you've heard of the pregnant man, and a lot of you have, I think I may even have done a topic about that. If I haven't, I should. But the pregnant man was a trans guy, and his wife, for whatever reason, was unable to bear children, but they wanted to have children. So, at that point, he had been on his testosterone for like 8 years, but he stopped taking his testosterone for a bit, and he got pregnant. He had 3 kids that way. So they have 3 kids, and he's their father, but he gave birth to them. It's actually really awesome. Well, that could not happen in a few European countries, because these people are sterilized in order to legally change their gender, and that's wrong. But in Sweden, it was repealed, finally. This is a law that was made back in the 70s, I believe. And, you know, actually what else I read was that part of the law was that trans people couldn't get married. And that, to me, really didn't make sense, because okay, say I had gone and legally changed, like, had my surgery. I'm not Swedish, so I can do that once I have the money to. I'm going to. So I have my SRS, and I get all my IDs and whatever to have that little F instead of that little M. And my name is legally changed, which should happen really soon, actually. I know, I've been slacking hard for like 2 years. It should have been done like 2 years ago, but whatever. So once that's all done, I can easily, even now, forget the little M that is on my ID, and forget that my name still hasn't legally been changed. Even now, I feel like if I just wanted to ditch the trans community and live stealth and just be a regular girl, then I wouldn't have any trouble with that. So how can they stop me from getting married? Because who would know? How can they prove that I'm trans, aside from them, like, pulling down my pants? But then, okay, say I've had my surgery at that time. How can they prove that I'm trans? How can they stop me from getting married? Like, is it in Sweden where they have some kind of ID for trans people or something that you have to have for your whole life? I don't know. But I don't see how they can stop us from getting married. And I don't know if that part applies to the other countries. But that's how it is in Sweden, or that's how it was anyway. But that part was repealed as well, as far as I can tell. Yeah, and you know what's funny about it is Sweden is actually, I've heard this in the media, and I've actually also heard it from people on Facebook and on YouTube, that Sweden is a very LGBT-friendly country. Well, I guess not LGBT-friendly country, but LGB-friendly country. So, I think it was back in 2009, gay marriage was legalized there. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just having fun with my owl here. Yeah. Which, you know, it'd be nice if we lived in a world where, I mean, that was only 4 years ago, 2009. It'd be nice if we lived in a world where that could have always been the case. But that's not the way the world works, I guess. So 100 years ago, a gay couple in Sweden would never be able to get married. They probably wouldn't even be able to be open about their relationship. And that's just the way the world is, unfortunately. Yeah. You know, it's good, but it's bad, because it's obviously good because the world is slowly getting better for us. As I've said before, I am a child of way back when. All the best music, all the best cars, all the best movies, all the best people I find are from the 50s, 60s era. I really wish I could have been 21 back in, like, I don't know. I would have been a teenager in the late 50s, early 20s in the early 60s, you know. That would have been the time for me. I would have loved it. I would have fit in so good. And, yeah, but, you know, the world for a trans person back then wasn't as great. And that is why the people who were the age that I wish I was then, the people who were that age then, they're now, what, like, in their 70s, and they are only now transitioning, because the world was not the same then. A lot of it was better. Most of it was better, as far as the music and the movies and all that goes, but that's not what this topic is about. To be a trans person back then was much more dangerous than it is now. So that's why they're not transitioning until now, and that's why they're having such a hard time with their transitions and everything. Wow, does this even have a topic anymore? I just ramble a lot, don't I? I really do. Sorry, guys. Where was I going with that? My goodness. My goodness. Where was I going with that train of thought? Well, the point of this whole video is that trans people in Sweden now do not have to be sterilized. So you know, it's good. That's where I was going, I think. It's good because the world is slowly getting to be a better place for us. It's much better now than it was back in the day. Yes, that's where I was going with that. But it's bad because it is still so difficult for us. There are still the other, like, 20 countries in Europe where that applies. And it's really not fair, because why should we have to be sterilized? Why can't trans men have babies if they want to? For trans women, it's not really a choice. That's just how our hormones work. It's the same thing with our voices. How, with trans men, their hormones will fix their voice, but with a trans woman, we just have to train our voice to work properly. It's stupid, but that's how it works. So we're all sterile anyway. But with trans men, why can't they have babies? Why not? Come on, who's it hurting? Unfortunately, the world is run by people who are, stupid. Or they live in the past, is how I think. And not only do they live in the past, but they are, many of them are people of some sort of lord. And this some sort of lord of theirs is usually telling them that trans people, the LGBT community as a whole, is wrong. Yeah, I mean, okay, but anyway, this video is getting kind of long, I think. But I made my point. Yay for Sweden for getting slightly better in the world. I'm very happy I live in Canada. I gotta say that. I really, especially Toronto. You know what? Toronto, for the LGBT community and for people as a whole, is one of the best places in the world. I have to say that, and I really do believe that. I love my city. You know, I plan on, I don't know if I told you guys, but when I have my SRS, I'm planning on moving to Thailand for a bit. Like, I'm gonna go there for my surgery, and I'm gonna stay and live there for a little while. And then after Thailand, I want to move to Ireland, because I have a thing for Irish guys. That accent is so sexy. And I'm gonna meet my future husband there. I already figured that out. I know, I'm a dork. But yeah. My point is that when I am done with all my traveling of the world and seeing everything, I want to come back to Canada and spend the rest of my life here, because I love this country. And it's just great for trans people as a whole, I find, and the LGBT community, and everybody. Everybody does good in Canada. Okay, so now that you've listened to me ramble for however long this video is, I can't even check here. Yeah, this is Zara Hardy, and remember what I said, like, if you have something you want me to talk about, let me know. Comment on this video, comment on my channel. If you have me on Facebook, comment on my Facebook. Yeah, I should make my own page on Facebook. I should. But yeah, do that. And I really want to do more videos on this channel. That's the point. So I will hopefully do another one in the next couple of days. We'll see. Yeah. So, yeah. Love you guys. Comment, subscribe.